Hello, my name is Kieran, you're watching the Ready Up YouTube channel. This is a short video on the Monster Hunter World beta on PS4. Truth be told, this is the very first time I'm playing a Monster Hunter game. I've never had much interest in the franchise before. I quite like the idea behind it, but aesthetically it's never interested me until now. The premise of the game, well, it's in the title. It has you hunt monsters, you track them as you can see here, and once you find them, you kill them, and then you strip them of their parts and their hide to make upgrades to your weapons and armor to then hunt more monsters. By the time you're seeing this, the beta is probably over, but it had 3 missions with 3 difficulties, easy, medium and hard, and you can see a bit of each in this video. All of the monster designs looked really great. Right now I'm fighting this sort of lizard type, but then there's also a sort of rock monster that has sort of a really hard outer body shell, and there was also like a dinosaur that you'll see a little bit later as well. The combat felt pretty good. It's quite hack and slashy, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because you have to be quite careful when you choose to attack, because some weapons are quite heavy and they take a while. They take some time to actually get the hit. You also have to dodge out of the way of enemy attacks as well, so it's got a degree of strategy and skill, which is quite cool. The combat encounters with the monsters will actually be quite long. They give you a time limit of 20 minutes for each mission in the beta, which I didn't find was nearly enough. From what I understand, that is increased to 50 minutes, which is a lot better, because I wanted time to explore the world and see the environment, because it's a very pretty game opposed to some of the other older ones that I've seen. Anyway, the combat encounters can take quite a while, because the monsters have a lot of health, but they will also run away, and you've got to chase after them again, which is quite cool and quite interesting. It feels very epic that way. So yeah, I eventually just hack and slash and kill the creature. I wasn't able to craft anything with its body parts. As soon as you finish the mission, it just takes you back to the main menu. So I'm not entirely sure what the crafting will be like. I imagine it'll just be sort of similar to how it's been in the previous games. I wanted to show you as well the character creation, well, character select really. You've got male and female options, as well as cats. Yay! They're all super cute, apart from the 2 at the bottom. They're a bit too aggressive. But yeah, you have a cat companion that sort of follows you around and can help you out, which is really nice. The beta also shows off some of the armor and weapons that will be in the full game. It's quite a nice selection actually. The weapons are all quite interesting, and some of them have like really unique sort of traits and ways to sort of maximize damage, which is quite interesting. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. It was at this particular moment when my mouth fell agape. I was so surprised, I wasn't expecting it at all. It was also the moment I became interested in actually getting the full game to see sort of more emergent things like this. Whether or not they will be there, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Although there was one particular thing that did bother me about the beta, and that was the interface and UI, which is common in JRPGs. It's often difficult to parse what you're actually looking at and what things mean, but with enough like observing of it and enough use of it, you'll eventually sort of get the hang of it, but it's not immediately clear what things are supposed to be. Here you can see me setting up traps to be used in just a second. I quite enjoyed this actually. It was quite reminiscent of Horizon Zero Dawn, although I say that in hindsight, maybe Horizon Zero Dawn got it from Monster Hunter in the first place, I don't know. But yeah, it was a small thing that I quite enjoyed, like seeing it being executed the way that I wanted it to be. This particular encounter was quite difficult. Well, it was the hardest one of the 3, but the game was quite generous in giving you different items, different potions to be used and experiment with, which was nice. The weapon that I was using for this monster was actually quite interesting. At the top left you can sort of see different musical notes corresponding to the buttons on the controller. If you like use the attacks in a certain way, in a certain amount of combinations, then you will get buffs or extra damage and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And there's also later on you'll see a sword that can switch between a sort of light, faster attack or a heavy, slower attack, which was quite cool. And I hope to see more weapons like that in the field game if I do get it. Something else that I didn't quite enjoy with the Monster Hunter beta, again, which a thing that is quite common with JRPGs, is that it's quite hand-holdy. In order to track the monsters, you have to examine their footprints and stuff like that, but it'll have these green sort of fireflies just show you them. It seemed a bit too easy. At the same time, I'm not sure how I would fare without it. I'm not sure if I'd just get lost or if I'd be able to keep on track of it. It just seemed a bit too hand-holdy for my liking. So yeah, those were my thoughts on the Monster Hunter beta. At this point in time, I am undecided on whether I'm going to get it or not. It didn't convince me. I'd enjoy the entire thing so much, but I am interested, and I'm going to keep an eye out for sort of future gameplay videos that Capcom will release and stuff like that, and I'll maybe do an update video if I do decide to get it. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Kieran. If for more stuff like this, please subscribe to the Ready Up YouTube channel, head over to readyup.net, follow our Twitch and our Twitter and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, thank you very much. Bye bye.